Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you all. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all the guests who have accepted our invitation. Some have traveled from very far away to grace this function. Eid is celebrated twice a year. Eid al-Fitr and the other, which comes about 10 weeks later, is called Eid al-Adha. The latter is related to the pilgrimage to Mecca, the birthplace of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Today is Friday, September 10th, and we are celebrating Eid. This is a festival that marks the end of the holy month of Ramadan. This joyous day is celebrated to give thanks for the blessings of Ramadan. Muslims attend the congregational Eid prayer service, which is held in the morning. They wear new clothing, cook delicious food, and invite friends and neighbors to celebrate with them. Fasting during Ramadan inspires sympathy for the hungry and needy, and encourages Muslims to donate generously to the poor. The Quran reminds us that fasting is not only a Muslim form of worship, but is also practiced by all other faiths. There is no religion in which fasting was not prescribed, and this is mentioned and recorded in historical records. The purpose of fasting is to improve one's behavior towards our Creator and towards all His creations. The key word is righteousness. Only adults are required to fast for the whole month. The sick, including nursing mothers and pregnant women, people who are on a journey, and children are exempted. If after fasting one full month the behavior of the person fasting has not improved for the better, then the object of the fast would not have been met. Though we have gathered today for a celebration, we cannot forget all the tragedies that have afflicted different parts of the world. My prayer at this time is that God keeps our country, Canada, and the world safe all the time. Again, we would like to thank you for joining us in this very important Thanksgiving celebration of ours. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you, Ayesha.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome you this evening on behalf of Memorial United Church, and especially to UCW, most of whom are here with us tonight. I have to say that I've only been here about 2 months, but from the very first week I've heard of this special evening, and there's a lot of anticipation around the church and enthusiasm for this evening. I'd also like to say that many religions and faith traditions, as well as many political and circular organizations, work towards building right relationships and also promoting interfaith dialogue among many people. The United Church of Canada also is involved in this, but I believe that we've only made baby steps so far. I have to say, Dr. Boodhun, I really enjoyed my conversation with you this past week, and I believe that we can learn a lot from you. You have already become a pioneer and a leader in this area, and I believe the reason for that is that you have discovered the key, which is, of course, promoting, building up good relationships, and promoting interfaith dialogue in your everyday life, just by the way that you interact with others, listening with an open and compassionate heart. And we have much that we can learn from you, and I'm looking forward to more discussions with you as well. So again, I'd like to welcome all of you here this evening, and I'd also like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share in this very special celebration with you. I'm looking forward to talking with some of you later after we eat. I didn't fast, but next year I'm going to do that as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dear table guests, I guess all the other guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is so good to be here tonight and help celebrate the holy month of Ramadan. And Dr. Boodhun, I'm so grateful that you invited me to bring greetings on behalf of the district of Grand Falls, Windsor, Green Bay South, and of course myself and my family. And Dr. Boodhun, you're so right when you said about celebrating things that affect us so much in our communities and here in this province especially. We have so much to be thankful for. We have so much to celebrate. And just knowing that you reach out to this community and the people of Grand Falls, Windsor, surrounding areas that come here and help celebrate this event for you and your people here tonight, it shows that this province is here for everybody. And you are a part of this province, and I'm so glad to be here with you tonight. So good luck on your celebrations, and God bless everybody.
Here, because for me, this is one special occasion that, as Dr. Boodhun pointed out earlier, about the divisions that you see upon the CNNs and the Fox News of the world, that we forget that there are so many communities that build bridges to other religions, and we're so much better for it. One of the greatest honors I've ever had was going to the Ahmadiyyan convention, Ahmadiyyan Muslim convention in Mississauga, invited by the Boodhun family. And it was, quite frankly, the largest crowd that I ever spoke in front of. I was quite nervous, to say the very least. Mayor Al was there this year. I'll let you talk about that. I want to thank, where are the Boodhun boys, my two bodyguards? There they are, stand up. They looked after, stand up. They looked after me while I was there. I'm a small man. Yeah. So anyway, I want to say thank you for that. And I want to say Eid Mubarak and Eid Saeed to all. I also would like to illustrate a point that I mentioned earlier about the news of the world and the seeds of hatred in many places and how the news covers that. And I used to be a newsman myself. And that sort of thing feeds the machine, but unfortunately it doesn't feed our communities. We know what is happening right now in the state of Florida, as you've seen on the news. Unfortunately, there are thousands of hours being devoted in news coverage to that. And that being said, I want to thank you, Caroline, the CBC, for being here, for actually talking about a story where we come together as a community.
A pleasure for me, and it's not always a good sign before you speak when they start taking the foil off of the dinner. So I don't know if that means it should be short or whatever the case may be. But I'm very proud to speak on behalf of the citizens of Grand Falls, Windsor. Take great pride in our community. And this past summer, as Scott already alluded to, the fact that my wife Joan and I were invited to speak at the 34th Annual Muslim Convention in Toronto. And when Scott said that he looked at so many people and sort of was somewhat intimidated, it could have been. I didn't have that problem for some reason. I looked out and I saw there were 24,000 people in the audience, and all of a sudden I realized, well, I've got to speak to them, so I might as well give it whatever I've got to give, and that's it. And I must say we were treated with the utmost respect. And one of the things that we did we actually went and we toured the Peace Village, which is a Muslim community in Toronto, actually it's in Vaughan. And to see what's been done and the accomplishments in this particular area were tremendous. And the other thing that struck me, and I mentioned it in my remarks, Newfoundlanders are known for their hospitality and the way we treat people. But Joan and I were really surprised to the degree in which we were treated. I tell you, it was an eye-opener for me, and we will never forget the way in which we were treated and the respect that was given. And when I look around this past week, I'm somewhat saddened by the way in which we sometimes as Christians, and we're labeled, I'm not too sure if all of us fall in the capital C or small c, but when I see situations that has happened this week, it really bothers me as a Christian. And if you look at the motto, of course, you'll see it right there, it's love for all, hatred for none. And if we certainly all practice that, this would be certainly a much better world in which we would live. And it saddens me as well when people, I guess we could label it as ignorance, because in fact when people don't understand other religions and other cultures and make statements like that, it's certainly not reflective of all of our society, and thank goodness for that. The other thing I'd just like to mention is that Grand Falls, Windsor is growing, and there are increasing opportunities for people to move into this town. And one of the things that we are promoting as a town is that we are an inclusive town, and we don't, in a sense, look at people because they are from other cultures or different colors differently. And I'd like to acknowledge the work of Aubrey Smith. Aubrey has been chair of the Multicultural Society for quite some time, and it's a great organization to have within our community because people have an opportunity. And these folk, the committee that is heading up really takes care of a lot of the people that come into town and make them welcome, and that's all part of a community, and that's what builds a community. And I'd just like to say thank you, Aubrey, to you and your group for all the work that you've done over the last number of years. And as Dr. Boodhun said, this is a celebration, and it is a celebration. It's a celebration when all of us can come together as one in a community where no one is any greater than anyone else, and it's an opportunity whereby we can show the world and show other people that we can live in harmony with our brothers and sisters. That's what it's all about. We're living in, it's a global community, but yet we all live together, and we have to live together in peace and harmony. And I just want to thank you and thank the Boodhuns. They've become dear friends of ours, and we've spent many hours together over the last couple of years. And certainly I'm learning a lot about them, and they're certainly learning a lot about us as well. And it's great to be able to share those conversations. But you know, the theme, the greatest theme about it is that we all share love, and that's very important. And I think we have to learn to get along with each other and live in harmony with our neighbors. And that's the key message tonight. So thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
I am absolutely thrilled to be here tonight, and I want to start with a greeting, Eid Mubarak, which of course means a blessed celebration this evening. I am here because Dr. Boodhun invited me in my capacity as Minister responsible for multiculturalism and immigration. I'm certainly happy to accept that. I'm, however, more happy to accept the invitation as a friend of Dr. Boodhun and his family. It has been my pleasure to have known them over these last several years, and to get to know them is an honor for all of us. And I think we all recognize that, because Dr. Boodhun and his family have taught us all so very much. And for me, this is truly an honor. And though I wasn't anywhere close to Grand Falls when I started out today, I'm certainly happy to be here and made every attempt to do it because I hold you in such high esteem. So thank you so much. But as the Minister responsible for immigration and multiculturalism here in the province of Newfoundland, it is certainly my pleasure to participate in this very joyous occasion, along with members of various communities and religious organizations. What a wonderful opportunity it is that you provide us each year, Dr. Boodhun, with a chance to get together and to learn so much about the traditions and the practices of Islam. That's something that doesn't happen in very many communities in Newfoundland and Labrador, and so we really do need to be grateful to you for giving us the opportunity. I'd also like to acknowledge the tremendous contributions of members of the Muslim community throughout Newfoundland and Labrador, and I have opportunity to meet with them from time to time. Many of them are medical professionals working in various communities throughout the province and providing valuable services to the local population. And I recognize that there are challenges living in some of our more smaller and rural communities, and I've had those conversations with many of these people. But they point out to me always that while there are challenges, there is also opportunity that isn't experienced anywhere else. And they say that that opportunity rests simply in getting to know us, that the smaller numbers allow them to be part of the community. And they always point out to me how welcoming Newfoundland and Labrador has been. And I certainly hope that has been the experience of all of you here this evening. I, as Minister of Immigration and Multiculturalism this year, was very proud to collaborate with newcomers on some testimonials, video testimonials about Newfoundland and Labrador. And I want to tell you that one of the ultimate stars, we really had him in a starring role with these video testimonials, is none other than our Dr. Boodhun. If you haven't seen that video testimonial, I encourage you to go online and see it. It's an amazing job that he did there. But one of the lines that everybody comments on, including the Premier, I might point out, is the line where he said, "When I first came to Newfoundland, I really enjoyed the people, I really enjoyed getting to know everyone, but I was taken aback a little bit," and I'm paraphrasing, I'm not using exactly the words that he used, but the three most important words, he said, "What I couldn't quite understand was when people said, 'Hello, my lovey.'" So it always brings a smile when people watch that particular video.
So we have now come to the conclusion of this small program. I'd like to thank everyone for sitting so patiently and being very attentive. And before we proceed with supper, I think my father would like to make a few short concluding remarks.
Thank you, Aspa. It's already past 7. We were supposed to finish at 7, but I just want to take a few minutes again to say another thank you. You know, they mention my names a lot, but I tell you, I am just the glove. Beneath that glove, there are many hands, which I want to mention. Otherwise, I won't do justice to myself. I want to take the name of Bernie Healy, who is my neighbor, and we work in the same hospital. She has helped make this function happen. So thank you, Bernie. I also want to thank David Go, who is sitting right here. He is a chef, and he has helped prepare the meals, the foie de pâté and the lasagna. And we thank you for that. We appreciate that. It's very difficult otherwise for my wife to alone prepare for all of you. But she did it, and I'm thankful for that. She did it with a lot of passion. However, she was helped by Diane Bradbury, who came uninvited to help, and that speaks a lot of her character. And also, Wayne Callahan. I was saying, because he helped a lot, because you need somebody muscular and somebody who knows a little about food. So I think I would say this much. You know, there is an expression that says, no pain, no gain. But I would say, if there is no gain, there is no gain. Just a few more things I want to mention. You know, many people have come from far and wide. We have people who have come from Moncton. There is a dentist friend of mine, Mike Petitpas, he's around from Moncton, he came, we appreciate that. People have come from St. John's. We have the Clooney's who have come from Corner Brook. And when I invited them, I know they come to town now and then. I was thinking, so they can come to town and stay the night and then go tomorrow. But they came today and they are going back today. And that speaks a lot of you know, should I say, how they esteem me. And otherwise they wouldn't have made such a displacement. So we appreciate you coming here, the Clooney's. We have friends who have come from Gander. On my left, Dr. Najfi, Dr. Kamran. And they finished work early to make sure they are here on time. We appreciate that. There is Dr. Kamel. I'm not sure whether Dr. Kamel has reached. Is he here, Dr. Kamel? You can stand up. Dr. Kamel is from Gambo, and we appreciate him coming all the way. Then we have Dr. Davis from St. Albans, among others. So if so people have come as far as San Francisco, but people have come as near as from Hill Road, Dr. Harvey. He walked here. As far as I'm concerned, it makes a lot of difference. Whether you live on Hill Road or whether you come from San Francisco, you touch our hearts. So that's all I have to say. I will just remind everybody, to recite their respective grace in their own hearts, according to the tenets of their own faith before supper. So I'm sure there will be food for everybody. We put the good stuff at the end so that you move fast and others don't have to wait behind you. We will have 4 lines, as you know. We have 4 lines, and we hope that we'll move fast. But I would request that our guests at the head table, if they lead the way. So if Asfa, you could accompany Scott and Susan on one side, and Ayesha, you could accompany the Reverend and the Major on the other side, then everybody can follow through. Thank you very much again. Have a nice evening.
Fourth time here, or 5th time? 4th time here, and it keeps getting better in Newfoundland every time they come here. So, well. And then we do seniors dinner in Uganda, provincial federation seniors. And I guess being it's the first time that Georgia had been to an event together. 6 and 10. This was really insane.
It's an Arab sweet dish. It's really good. It's made from pastries and like honey and almonds.
Sweet, is it?
Yeah, it's sweet. Yeah.
Leave it up to me, being there.
Oh, you're doing this? I am, yeah.
Well, I can use it, but I don't necessarily have to fill it up. I think that'd be way too much.
Good to see you.
Oh, it's a serious goal for you.
My nature.